There we go.
There we
That's
go.
the
Okay.
PowerPoint.
It's Tuesday, October 21st at 4:34 PM. This is a hearing on the unnamed tributary of Wellington Creek, Penfield Township. Let us start the meeting with a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna get you guys
I
there.
just did it. I did too.
You paused.
You pause.
I'm like, whoop. All right. Commissioner Riddell,
Here.
Commissioner Moore,
Here?
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Today is a hearing on the unnamed tributary of Wellington Creek, Penfield Township, in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 6117. Notice was given on September 5th of 25 from Lorain County Stormwater Management District for this unnamed tributary of Wellington Creek, Penfield Township. Drainage District has submitted to the board plan specifications to remove sediment and replacement of the tile per the plan to restore the flow line of the existing drainage way, remove restrictions, and maintain access for property owners. Clear and grub 2+ acres, including limited tree clearing, is necessary over a length of approximately 1,815 feet. Farmfield has improved their ditch substantially, and only minimal work may be needed. Purpose is to restore the flow of ditch, improve drainage outlets into the ditch from tiles and outlets entering, and reduce the inconsistency and severity of the flooding of real property and subsequent damages and interference in the operational individual HSTS. Location of said project begins at parcel 1905018000017, approximately 60 linear feet west of the eastern property line, and heading east along existing ditch and tile through the properties fronting Peck's Wadsworth Road, following the drainage way as it turns and heads north towards Peck, then east, becoming a roadside ditch, then turning north to parcel 1906117000031, and continues generally north to the termini of the project, approximately 5,500 linear feet, where it crosses Webster Road on parcel 1600079000019, accepting parcels 1600079000019, 1906118000032, and 1906118000037. Resolution 25-600, adopted September 9th, accepted the recommendation of Stormwater District and fixed this hearing today. 12 certified letters were sent to the owners on September 30th. October 8th and 15th, publication was in the Chronicle Telegram. October 20th, engineer indicated the proposed facilities will have no significant adverse effect on the roads, culverts, bridge, or existing maintenance within the county. Proposed facilities will consist of cleaning and improving the ditch that runs from south of Peck Wadsworth Road, County Road C-45, about 1 mile north to the bridge at Webster Road, Township Road T-71. This is to restore the adequate drainage outlet for culvert number 08.99 under Peck Wadsworth Road, bridge number 0261 under Webster Road, and restore residential drainage south of Peck Wadsworth Road.
Okay, and this is a public hearing, so the way this will work this evening is we have a pecking order of which the different participants and stakeholders can speak, and then we will close the hearing part and move to some appropriate action based on the hearing. At first, it will be any people wishing to give testimony need to stand and raise your right hand and be sworn in by counsel. Very good. Okay, we start with the engineer's office. So, Mr. Zwick, would you like to add to the lengthy introduction that Teresa gave us?
She read the county engineer's report. There is no adverse effect on the roads and drainage. In fact, this project would have a beneficial effect on the roads and bridges and culverts. Are there any questions for me, Mr. Chairman?
No, I have none at this point.
All righty.
I have none.
Thank you.
Don, Stormwater Management.
Good evening, Board, and thank you. Let's see.
Victor?
Okay. Well, today we're here to talk about a project that has been in the making for many
up, Don.
years. Started in 2021 with a couple of different complaints from different parts. Located in Penfield Township, both north and south of Peck Wadsworth. We are today going to attempt to address property flooding and damage to outbuildings, and water is continuing to creep closer and closer to getting inside of residences. We do have backed up septic systems. By improving the drainage, we'll provide an outlet to these systems, and also we'll be improving the drainage along Peck Wadsworth Road. Total distance, I'm going to end up having to correct this. I just had a conversation with one of the property owners. The 5,800 lineal feet total that we show would take us all the way to Webster Road, excepting some small parts of the ditch. We're going to be stopping at, what was the name? At the Myers property at 43443 Webster Road, and I will get a parcel number for Teresa, just so she can correct when we move forward. But it's the Myers property. They had said no, the Webster, and then also Coke has still been unresponsive and not returned anything at 19585 West Road. And then we had Schaefer in there. They will be removed as well. They're on Webster. The two properties at front on Webster, it is really there. It was about access and clearing some debris. Clearing out some trees. The ditch itself, when we did our survey, which they provided us for, there was little to no sediment. There was no ditch work that was needed. So this was more preemptive in a matter of access. I actually got it wrong with the one neighbor, and I'll admit it, where I thought they had agreed to an easement. And she came today to make it clear, not against the project, just had some concerns about the easement. And we're able to go forward without impacting her property or her neighbor who's sitting in front of her, the Myers, without impacting the project at all. The Myers I knew were a no. I invited them here just so they could hear and not be surprised if they saw trucks near their property that we would not be going on it. And then I've got two property owners. One's been completely unresponsive. The other was getting ready to hire Samaji at 19599, and I'm waiting on them to get me that easement back. Everyone though around Peck Wadsworth through Forever Farms have signed easements and are ready to go. And Forever Farms, in fact, cleaned out a portion of their ditch already, so that we won't be negatively impacting anyone if we didn't go forward, and we'll still get the improvements we were looking for south of Peck Wadsworth Road, and then the properties at front on the north side of Peck Wadsworth. So I will get you a better distance as well, but I'd be looking at about 5,000 lineal foot of ditch will be cleaned out. We'll be looking to remove approximately 1,200 cubic yards of sediment. That number will not change very much. We'll be clearing and grubbing closer to about 5 acres of land. We do have log jam removals. That'll be done primarily, again, along the southern reach of this project. We will be replacing a tile that was installed south of Peck Wadsworth, working with that property owner, the Doolings, and they have agreed to cost share that with us. to install a 24-inch tile, replacing, I believe it was a 10-inch tile that was initially installed. The estimated construction cost was $399,104. That'll go down a little bit. We do have the money to be able to pay this with no cost to the property owners. Here are a couple of pictures. And again, these are from the north. This is where it is the most full of sediment. This property is in the woods that is directly behind the houses on the north side of Peck Wadsworth before you get to the Forever Farms. And you can see that there are some areas where the water pools. Most of it, though, is basically full of sediment. Normally, when you look at a good flowing ditch, you'll see some cobble or grass. Here, it's just wet. Here is a couple of pictures one of the neighbors had brought to us, and Margaret is here today. She is the lowest property. She understands that when this project is done, her backyard will still flood, but the water will move and it will leave her backyard quicker. But she was one of 3 different people that were calling for this project, along with Penfield Township, and we have trustee Rick Conrad here. The next steps are that if the board were to approve this project and add it to the general plan of drainage, we would wait 5 days. In this case, probably be a couple more, just to make sure we have our plans corrected to make sure the properties I said to be removed are indeed out. We'll advertise for the bids, award a contract, construct the project, and put it on permanent maintenance. And with that, I'm open to any questions.
Don, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We're excluding, a handful of properties from the project. And I assume that will not affect our ability. You say we can still proceed, so
Correct.
they're really not critical to establishing the high point and the low point and getting the water to run.
Correct. Fortunately, for the 2 properties that are right there on Webster, there isn't any buildup of sediments. When you go from Peck Wadsworth to Webster, it's fairly flat around Peck Wadsworth, and then as you go through the Forever Farms field and work your way towards Webster, you begin to get more fall. The water moves, and so it keeps the sediment from building up there. And I do believe any of the property owners would probably concur that the water moves through their property fairly quickly. Not to say they don't get a little bit of water in the front yards and backyards, but overall the water recedes quickly. Unlike south of Peck Wadsworth and north of Peck Wadsworth, the water will stay there. Well, I think with Mr. Inman, it'll be months at a time before the water actually goes away. And it has gotten to the point where it's beginning to damage his outbuildings where they had never gotten wet before. So,
How about access to the project? Will eliminating these 2 parcels on Webster Road, will that affect our ability to get to the rest of the ditch?
no, it does change. We're going to have to create a little bit of a turnaround at the farm field where we would have some room to be able to do so. And that is, it also puts us close to West Road. So we have an ability to get out if we needed to. But the main reason I did have the 1 in there was it would have been nice to be able to just start at Peck Wadsworth and go all the way out to Webster. But we'd still have to come back, knowing that's where we leave our trucks that move the equipment around. So if we just have to turn around and come back, it's not an issue. And we do have a 25-foot wide easement, so we have plenty of room to be able to make those maneuvers.
Pretty much the same size for the other ditches that we've been
Correct.
processing.
So we're able to have room to maneuver.
Okay.
Going to be able to mow alongside the ditches?
Yes.
Awesome.
Commissioner?
Is that added to the list of mowings? too?
Yes, it
Okay.
will.
Just confirming.
Lynn's getting happier and happier with me every day.
Okay, any other questions from the board? Okay, Don, thank you.
Thanks, Don.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Conrad's here to represent the township. Is there something that you wanted to share?
I just,
You want to take the
Come on up to
podium?
the podium.
Art, go to the
Podium.
podium.
Yes, please.
Who are the two people you're dropping?
Richard Conrad, Penfield trustee. This has been, like Don stated, an ongoing problem for years. And like other projects that I've worked with Don on, it'll greatly benefit the township, the residents in the area there. And what I like, I've been involved with many of these projects. What I like about these projects, the county and Don try to work with individuals to make them happen, and that when they do happen, I mean, I think this is my 5th project, and in the picture there was a Curtis Ditch one that went back 10 years, but what I like about these projects is that they have maintenance programs where, you know, we can keep them open, and so I'm just here to stress this is a great program, number one. Number two, I hope this project can move forward. And like I said, the county and Don, Mr. Swick, have been able to work with individuals to a certain degree to make these projects happen. I just wanted to state
Thank
it's a
you.
good thing.
Any questions for Mr. Conrad?
No.
Nope. Okay, at this time, are there any owners along the ditch that would like to be heard? Please approach and give us your name and address before you speak.
Hi, I'm Margaret Horvat. I live at 43361 Peck Wadsworth Road. I'm the lowest property there is. And I have major flooding throughout the year where I've lost several livestock and stuff like that. I constantly have to call the fire department and the police to come over. The flood, the water rescue came, blocked off Peck Wadsworth Road and came and helped my sheep and my goats and all that and took them to higher grounds. That picture that was up there, that's my entire backyard, just completely underwater. 2 years ago, I called, Donna's one call away. Don and I have a great relationship now. He's trying to help me. But every single time it rains, if it rains heavy for a couple hours, I'm underwater. It started going into my house. If you Google my address, 43361 Peck Wadsworth, in 2016, beautiful, pristine property. So they must have just cleaned the ditch or culverts. They must have dug it out. I don't know how often like he said, there's going to be some kind of system that you guys are going to come by and clean the property out every so often. I don't know when that is because it's never happened since I've owned this property. So, and if you look at the pictures in 2016, the property is unrecognizable. My basement it floods every year, and I finally stopped making insurance claims on it because it's not worth it. I stopped taking care of my property. I stopped. I don't clean my garage. I don't clean anything anymore because it's so bad. Until they dig out this ditch, there's no reason that I should spend another dime on that house. I can't sell it. Who's going to buy it? The houses are appraised for $240,000, but honestly, I can't even put that house up for sale because in my right mind, in my heart, I can't lie to somebody and say, oh, it's a great property. It's not going to flood because it is going to flood. So all I'm asking is you guys Google it and then come and look at my property now and see. I can't even get into my backyard. I can't. When it rains, I can't. I have 2 barns. I raise pigs. I'm a pig farmer. Marty, I went to school with you. I worked at your ice cream shop.
How did Pig Farmer and Marty come together?
I know, but I'm a pig farmer now,
Okay.
so. But I can't even when it rains, I can't get to either part, so my culverts have washed away. There's trees toppled down all over the place, and I keep sending Don pictures. I'm glad that he put my picture up there. All that flooding is literally, I have 6 acres, 5 acres flooded. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm
Thank
just
you.
hoping you guys can help out.
I know that was tough for you to share with us, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It
you
is.
give us that
It's
background.
heartbreaking because, you know, Bobby owned the property. He bought it in 2016 and it looked beautiful. And he died in 2019. He died of cancer. And I can't keep up this property with the flooding like this. I can't even go into the rebate. There's so much sediment. The ditch is this deep, you know, and then there's only this much space left. All of it's sediment, you know. I don't even know if it's pronouncing it right, but I mean, I lost my dog a month ago and he was stuck in the ditch, you know, so I had to, you know, thank God he's still alive. So that's all I want to say. We really need help. So
Sometimes the biggest thing that changes this, and I know Don and Peter both through this process the last couple of years, we take it a piece at a time, you know, mostly because, you know, some people are very proactive and some are very anti-active. But at the end of the day, you can clean out a piece of ditch and all of a sudden you're gonna get more sediment downhill because
Well, that's what
if
he
the
said.
part uphill's working well now,
Right.
it's going to bring more.
that's what he said. So the farmer behind me cleaned their ditch out. But the problem is, it can't flow. There's
It
so
has
much
nowhere to
sediment,
go.
it's not gonna go anywhere. All it does,
The only place it could go is your barn and basement. So.
I got 2 barns that are toast now, so.
Yeah. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you again.
Nice seeing you, Mark. Hey, my mom's here. She's 87.
Oh, wow.
Anybody else that would like to speak? Any other property owners? Okay, that being said, I'd like to move to close the hearing.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
The next step would be for us as commissioners to decide what to do with this information that we've gleaned through the research on the project, balanced with the opinions, giving everyone their opportunity to speak. Not hearing any dissension at this point makes us fairly content that the issues that have been raised with individual property owners have been dealt with appropriately, and kudos to the team for working on that basis. And so at this point, I would like to move to proceed with the project and get these folks some relief at the soonest possible time, especially since you've identified that there are some septic issues and we don't need to aggravate those any longer. We need to get those remedied.
Here, I'll help out. I'll make a motion to adopt a Lorain County Stormwater Management Drainage District for unnamed tributary of Wellington Creek, Penfield, Lorain County. That'll be my motion. How's that?
Very good.
And I'll second it.
I was looking at Teresa, she was looking at yours and it's
Yeah,
like,
but
what?
also,
I gotta read the rest of it?
yeah, unless you want me to, but yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. It is necessary to construct it in accordance with the general plan and declare that unnamed tributary of Wellington Creek project is necessary for the preservation and promotion of the public health and welfare, and that special assessments will not be levied and collected to pay for any part of the cost of the tributary of the Wellington Creek project.
So that's our motion. That's our second. We have discussion?
Discussion. Yep.
There was something discussed on in regards to this property that, it sounds like it may not fix it. She's still gonna have flooding.
Much of her property is in a 100-year floodplain, so it will flood. The advantage that we have is that we are going to allow that water to move quicker, so it's not stagnant as long as it has been. It won't be, what's the term I use? We'll reduce the incidence and the severity of the existing flooding. So while she might flood 3, 4, 5 times a year now, maybe it's only 1, and rather than going into the basement, it gets up to the base, near the basement. So these are some of the things. The other big thing will be that once we get this water moving, hopefully it'll be easier to maintain. I mean, you saw the one ditch picture I had, it looked more like a mud path.
It did, yeah, okay.
So being able to get that, we'll be removing about 2 foot of sediment through some of that area.
And did you ever review the fact that even the Plain Dealer did a story on the fact that we talked about unnamed ditches?
I did see that,
think
and we have done some research. I believe to name a ditch, we have to start with ODNR. So
Okay, I just
we're
thought-
going to be working on it and maybe give
Usually,
some
the
people an
people that own the
opportunity.
land, like a farmer or whoever, that's usually what it seems like in the past.
Or Don Romancic did.
Well, we don't want to call it a Don. So. Okay, I didn't know if you were looking on that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like newsworthy when I asked the question. So I thought thought that was kind of odd, but I didn't know if you were still working on that.
Anything, yeah, we are, and anything that brings attention to drainage is good.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds to me like, Commissioner, that whatever we call it, we need to clean it.
Well, I think he's been doing a great job since I've
Yes,
gotten here.
very
So,
Okay.
this is some of your ARPA money really that we took, and is the reason why, in the past, why it was done so poorly, because we were charging people to do this. And man, this room would be packed with 150 people. 20 years ago when I did this job once before. It was not, the ditch hearings were not happy. People were upset. And so because of the work from the money that we do get on an annual basis and the excess funds from ARPA did help us out. I think your team has done a great job, and we are cleaning ditches and we're not charging people for it. My concern is, like what she said, is the maintenance issue, is
Yeah.
making sure that we get those rotations.
We've got another group coming for you,
Yeah.
and probably within a couple of months. One has actually, we need serious engineering to be done. But so we'll be bringing you that. It'll be both northern part of the county, western part of the county. So we're
Okay.
keeping it balanced too.
Okay.
So Don, could we ask you to provide us here by the end of the week then, kind of, since that subject's been raised, it's not germane to this, but could we get a listing of the status of the other projects that we had designated as part of that ARPA commitment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What's it look like for the timeline on this?
It would be 5 days, which would be beginning of next week. I think, and I'll double check with KEM just to make sure. I think we could be out to bid within 10 days, 2 weeks. So maybe
10 days, 2 weeks, so when would relief possibly come? What is your estimation?
we'd be out for bid roughly 4 weeks, then brings to board meeting, so that's a week. So
November.
and, probably really
December?
probably December, January construction.
Oh,
Okay.
really? So you can beat the spring floods and,
That's the goal.
Yeah.
okay, good. That's someone who grew up in a
I hope that
floodplain.
Yeah,
helps.
and we gotta start the construction because end of March
Bats.
is no more tree clearing. The
Um,
bats move in.
Yeah, jeez, okay.
So yeah, winter's almost over for me. It's almost springtime.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything further?
Nope.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Gallagher,
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye. There being no further business before the board, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your participation.
Okay.